Jose Monkey. There's another one for you.
You asked me to figure out where this video was recorded, so I did. Hi, I'm Jose Monkey, and I find people who ask to be found. This video was very satisfying to locate because the clues were not obvious at all. So what can we see? The first thing I did was flip the video horizontally because it was recorded in selfie mode. The first thing I saw was this billboard for someplace called Window World. After that, we can't see all that much. The person turns the camera and we can see some businesses down the street, what looked like a gas station, and also this building with a green roof. I also noticed that there were some electrical transmission lines here. The person keeps turning, and over their shoulder we can see a couple things. First is this chain link fence, and then we could also see another billboard that was a little bit harder to read. I'll come back to that. Okay, so I went to Window World's website to see where they're located, and their site proudly declares that they have over 200 locations nationwide. Of course, the image that they show next to that statement seems to focus suspiciously on North Carolina, but I didn't want to read too much into that right away. I was going to need some more information to find this place. So I tried looking at that other billboard. This one was very difficult to read, and I was having trouble making out any of the details. I could tell that there was a photo on the billboard, and I also saw what looked like a name. The name appeared to start with a G and end with a D, and I thought at first that maybe it said Gillard, and it made me think of Melvin Gillard, who's a former UFC fighter. But it seemed pretty unlikely that Melvin Gillard would just be on a random billboard somewhere, so I figured that probably wasn't what it said. And also, even though the photo wasn't very clear, it didn't look like him. I kept looking, and I decided that maybe it said the name James over the last name, and that maybe there was a middle initial. I didn't know if it was a B or a D or what it was. This was like taking some sort of crazy eye test. Okay, Mr. Monkey, tell me what letters you see on this first line. Anyway, I experimented with searching for different names like that with different spellings, hoping to get a result. And I eventually came up with a name and an image. I found a photo of someone named James D. Gaillard. Now, I didn't know who this person was, but after I started looking into it, I discovered that up until recently, he was a member of the North Carolina House of Representatives. He represented the 25th District. And the photos that I was seeing of Mr. Gaillard looked like the photo on the billboard. So I tried to figure out where House District 25 is in North Carolina. And once I had that, I looked for Window World locations in that district. That led me to a specific Window World in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Of course, the video didn't appear to be recorded at Window World. It just showed us a billboard for Window World. But I suspected that the billboard was probably very close to there. I say that because this billboard doesn't really have any contact information or an address or anything at all. Just a name. And usually companies do that when they just want to keep their name top of mind, and I figured that meant that the location was probably not too far away. So I just started looking around that general area, hoping to find someplace that matched. Of course, billboards change from time to time, so I knew that I couldn't necessarily expect to find the billboards looking exactly as they did in the video. But I knew we had that green building and what I thought was a gas station. I started looking around the area, and I actually found a similar billboard for Window World, but it was not the right location. I remembered that we could see power lines in your video, and I started playing around a little bit with looking for where the power lines are in this area, but I eventually decided to just pull up the aerial view on Google Maps and look around. And guys, before too long, I spotted this green building. And when I did, I knew it was the right place right away, and I figured I was very close. In fact, I was so confident that it was the right place, I took this screenshot before I verified it. Anyway, once I had that, I just needed to figure out what angle would give us the view that we see in the video, and I just followed it from there to try to find where you were. And I found it. You were here at Bottoms Tire and Automotive Center in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. I used Google Street View to confirm the view of that building and the gas station down the street. I also confirmed the view of the billboard that was for Window World before, but was for something else now. And I turned the camera around to see the billboard that previously had James Gaillard on it. I could also see the spot you were standing, which was right here by the fence. Guys, check out the map of all the places I've found so far. And while you're on my site, maybe go check out my store if you want to pick up a t-shirt or a pint glass or something. And if anybody else wants me to find them, record a video where you say, "Find me, Jose Monkey," or something like that on camera, or hold up a sign that says something similar. And don't forget to tag me in a comment on that video.